All right, so welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. So we are going to be solely in PowerPoint today. There's lots of ways you can do this on other programs, but PowerPoint is great since we have Office 365, and we'll show you just how easy it is for the kids to access it and for you to grade it even better. So you're going to start with just a blank PowerPoint. So the first thing you want to do is, if you want a background, you can go ahead and set a background by right-clicking and then format background. You can choose a pattern, a picture, anything to create like your first background. So I'll just leave it on this one for now. Then you're going to want to create, like if you're going to have a background, like some sort of chart you're going to have the kids work in, then you're going to create that using, move this so I can see it, text boxes or shapes. So I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do a reaction type one. So my first box is going to be up here. I'm going to type in reaction types. And then I like to always make the background of these some color. I think it just makes it easier to see. And then some formatting. So then I'm going to use additional ones. So I'm going to do another text box here. I'm going to name this one synthesis. And if you hit enter a couple times, that way you can make them the size you want. And again, I'm going to make it a color. So the one problem is you wouldn't want to create this as is for the students and just add the boxes, because they can move all these around. And that means they confuse themselves. So what you're going to do, so I've got one that I already created the 5 categories on here, but you see students can still move these and mess them up. So you're going to use, you can either save this as an image file, which tends to kind of start cluttering your files, or use your snip tools. It's either snipping tool or snip and sketch, depending on which version of Windows you're running. A new snip. I'm just going to snip this entire picture. If you use snip and sketch, it automatically copies. If you're snipping tool, you have to click copy. And then I'm going to make a new slide. Going to do format background again. But this time I'm going to choose picture fill. And since I just have my clipboard, now that's my background. So at this point, kids cannot move these. They're stuck. So now you want to add, sorry, I'm going to shut the door. Now you want to add what you're actually going to have them sort. So there's a lot of ways you can do this. You can add text box and type in them. Only problem with that is, again, kids can still go back and mess them up. So the best thing I have found is to actually take a PDF or a Word document, maybe your original card sort, and use that. So what I do, can you see my Word document here? All right. So this is the original card sort that I used. So I just use my snipping tool again, new, and then it automatically copies for this one. And then I come over here and I paste it. Kids can now move these around, but they can't mess them up. One thing that does help when you're doing these is if you put a border around them. I like red, just so they can see where they're at when they move them around. So I'm going to show you how to do that again. So you go to your Word or your PDF document that you have your card sort you've always used on. And then you're going to use your snipping tool to highlight just that card. And then you're just going to paste that into your document. And I make my border. Once you've done it once, you just have to click on the little picture and it makes it. So you're going to do that for all the reactions you want. So here's one I've already done. So you can see all of these cards, the students can move them. I guess I should put them in the right places. And you have a card sort. So this is chemical reactions. Single replacement, we find a double replacement. So you have them move that in. They have a card sort. I want to show you a couple other examples of card sorts. So you don't always have to do a background like this. Let's say you want to do a card sort where everything is a card. You don't give them a chart or something to fill it in. You can just copy paste all those cards into here using those same snipping tool, cut out the card, paste it onto here. And then the whole thing is movable. I put a background picture on this one just because I liked it, but you could leave this as a white background or a solid orange background or whatever you wanted. That just kind of depends on how fancy you want to make it. So this one, the students would just drag them to where they think they should go. So jelly-like substance, I've got my cytoplasm, stores water, I've got my vacuole, so put that there and I would move that away. So they would just move these around until they get to the final product. So this is how they would turn it into you. When they turn it in, they also have a file saved to their OneDrive that's like a review document so they can go back and use as a review. So you could have put a chart in here for this one, or you could just have them move it around. A Venn diagram, you can find images of Venn diagrams to use as your background image if you prefer like the circle diagram. I personally don't, just because I really hate trying to type in a circle. So I just do it this way, and I do like the colors like a combination of both. So we have a Venn diagram, and this one I'm not giving the kids the words or anything. They're just going to have to click in here and type. But the background is set so they can't mess up the background. Another example is a concept map. I'm going to show you 3 ways to do it. So here's one way. These are all text boxes. They type the answers in. Then you can do the same thing, but give them a word bank on the sides that they can use, but they're still going to have to type them in. Or drag and drop. So I use the same method. I took my PDF and I used the snipping tool and I snipped off all the words. And then now the student can just pull these in. Where is this one? So they pull them in and you can check it like that. The last one is something you may not have seen before. It's called a maze. I've made these myself. This is one, since I was doing this very quickly, I just found one I had purchased on TPT and used that one. So basically what this is you have like your start. How many valence electrons does oxygen have? So 6. So I go down here. What is meant by diatomic element? Okay, 2 identical atoms. And they move through it. This one's nice because it tells them how many questions they should hit if they got it right. But you can have them do this on a PowerPoint slide and use their highlighter or pen or any of those functions to draw their path. So it's another way they can use PowerPoint, but again, it allows your e-learners to do some of those things that are really hard to do on, a just document. So we're going to show you how you actually upload these into Canvas now. So it's really simple. So I've already created one of them. So we were practicing with. So this is my module. I'm going to click the plus, my new assignment. So I'm going to do this one as training, add item. So you're going to go into the assignment and I have instructions, which of course disappeared. That I just keep in a document. And you can totally steal these. But these are step-by-step instructions for the students on how to do it. Because this is what they're going to see when they log in. So load file name, edit in browser, make your edits, and then click submit. And Jamie's going to show you exactly how that looks for the students. So then you're going to want to go down here to submission type, external tool. And you're going to want to find Office 365, which is the only one not in alphabetical order. It's close, but not quite. It's actually before Nearpod. And this will bring up your OneDrive. As it thinks. PPT Interactive is what I named it. So I'm going to click on this one, attach file. And wait. Hit select again. And then it's easiest when you're doing Office 365 to load in a new tab. It makes it a little bit easier for the students. And then save and publish. So that's all you have to do. So now Jamie is going to take over the screen and show you what it looks like now for the student doing this assignment. You're on mute.
I got it. Okay, so this would be the student's view. I see my assignment, so I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click load the PowerPoint. The students have those directions from Jen right there. Load PowerPoint in a new window. Hopefully my computer works this time. Yay! And then I'm going to click edit presentation. Edit in browser. I think it is my computer.
There it goes.
All right. And then as the student, I can move my stuff around. And then when I'm done,
Oh, wait, Jamie.
What?
So when you look up top where you see the title of the name in the orange up top, you see where it says saved? It automatically saves for the kid. So even if their computer crashes, anything happens, it saves where they left off. They forget to hit submit. As long as they did it, it's still there. When they go back in, they can pick up where they left off. So now when Jamie's ready to submit this assignment for me to grade,
I'm going to click submit.
okay, it shows that it was submitted. And now I'm going to take back over the screen. And I'm going to go into my grades. Okay, you can see here I have it submitted. So I'm going to go into my speed grader because I'm assuming I have lots of students who actually did their work. And SpeedGrader does not work really well when you're on Zoom, just FYI. So I see exactly what she turned in. And I can put her grade right here, give her feedback, and then we're done. So this is really easy. The kids have this. This is actually saved to their OneDrive. So they can go back in and pull this later on. If they use a class notebook, they can move it to their class notebook. They can do all those things, but they actually have a copy of this to keep as well.
Nice.
So any questions?
No. Do they have to be signed in to 365?
Yes.
Okay. So that we have to make sure that all of them are signed up.
So they're automatically signed up with their their student ID number.
Okay.
If it's their first time they're accessing 365, it will ask them to sign in that first time they click on it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, those are really cool. I like them.
So, but it's an easy way to kind of take that, standby that we love in the classroom and works so well.
Right.
And still allow the e-learners to experience it a little bit.
Okay.
You can also assign it as a group assignment so that they can work on it. It just doesn't really show up well in the speed grader that way.
Right, right. No, I wouldn't do that. I would have them each just do it on their own, like I would in the classroom. So,
Mhm.
I haven't worked with partners, but it is what it is at the end of the day. So,
Yeah.
no, I like that. I like that a lot.
So, and I'm going to put like some of the biology ones and everything. I will put those online, and I'll also put a link to this PowerPoint on the site with the recording of the video. So
Okay.
you guys can see it and see how it works.
Sweet. No, I really like that because I do card sorts. Literally, it's almost my whole review. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do for my e-learners. And now I got it.
And really, if you already have the card sort, it's really easy
do.
to make
Yeah.
because you just snip and copy and paste. I've always used snipping tool. I just switched over to Snip and Sketch, which is the new one.
Right.
And I didn't think I would like it because it looked too fancy. But it's actually really nice because with just snipping tool, once you snip it, you have to then go into copy and as an extra step.
Right.
So I think this one here took about 10 minutes to make.
Okay.
So it really doesn't take long, especially once you get in the hang of it.
Right. Right.
So
Awesome. Awesome. I thank you. I appreciate that.
no problem. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
So our Wisdom Wednesdays will continue on in January, and we will be sending out the new schedule shortly. Thank you, guys.
Bye.